We put up our walls, we build our bubbles, and we make sure that we keep everything that challenges us on the outside. And then we wonder why we don't see God's power in our lives. We can never walk on water if we refuse to ever get out of the boat. What does that mean for you today? To get out of the boat. What is it that God is talking to you about? What area of your life where you need to be centered on Him and not yourself? On what He can do in your life, not what you can do in your own strength. On what His will is, where He wants you to walk, not where you want to tread. And so I ask for us this morning to embrace a decision that sounds something like this, and will take on probably a different what's the word, individuality for each of us. My decision, Lord, give me the strength to rock the boat and even get out of the boat so others might know your power. How can we lead other people to a knowledge of how powerful Jesus is and what He can do in their lives if we won't step out of the boat onto the water and let Him do it in ours? And why don't we? Because when we do, we will discover everything we thought about God was too little. Everything we thought about what God can do in our lives is too little. Everything that we thought God could do in us or through us is too little. Because we cannot raise our conscious mind and thought process to a level that encompasses everything that God is capable of. And if we confine ourselves to thinking God is as big as we can figure out, He'll never be any bigger than that for us. But when we understand He is able to do more in us and through us than what we think possible, we have the beginnings of stepping out of the boat. Would you pray with me? Father, we thank You that You are, not that You're everything You say You are. You're probably more than You say You are, because You've only told us what we can comprehend, and we have trouble with that. So help us to get a grasp on the fact that we're going to be in a 180-degree straight up learning curve as long as we walk with You. That we'll never get it all figured out in this life, because we'll never be able to fully see Your glory until we're present with You in glory. And help us, Lord, to quit restraining ourselves by living lives that are less than You see possible. Help us to know Your power by walking in faith into what You call us to, not into what we think we can do. Help us to do the things that we can't do in our own strength. For some of us, for all of us, that will mean different things. It may be conquering attitudes. It may be conquering habits. It may be forgiving hurts. It may be walking into the unknown. It may be answering a call in our lives that we don't want to hear. Whatever it is, we are more than conquerors through Him who gives us strength. Help us to draw upon that strength that is not our own. Help us to not be afraid to rock the boat in our lives to shake up our status quo, to mess with our own heads if we need to, so that we might catch a bigger glimpse of what you want to do and what you can empower us to do. We can't lead people any place we haven't gone ourselves. So help us to go all the way with you, Jesus. For it's for your sake, the sake of your kingdom, for the sake of your power being seen, that we ask these things.